EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Huskies of Rio de Janeiro taking on the Los Angeles Rams. And we are underway from SoFi Stadium. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Now the fourth-year man, it's Cam Akers. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They'll give this to Akers running right. And he's got room. Oh, look at the juke. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. It's a gain of 35. Opening quarter, his opening carry of the game. And I think they'll give it to him a few more times, as they should.
You're exactly right about that. But that type of a run, you want to repeat it many times until they show signs of stopping it. I think he did his visualization exercises before this one, and they're paying off.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be second down. And the Rams at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they were able to get that road victory in the opener. And now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that earns him a fresh set of downs. That may be a sneak peek on this opening drive of what this young rookie can showcase, his legs.
And normally, as you start a game, you're just thinking, can he get the snap? Can he hand off? Can he just execute? Instead, he doesn't waste any time on wrapping another dimension to his game, showing off those wheels, and picking up some nice yardage.
To throw is Duggan. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Look at this defense. Now, they've been dreadful against the run. No getting around at number 32, dead last in the NFL.
One thing you do know, they'll be fired up because they're facing a top 5 rushing attack. And even if they have early success against them, they got to remember they got to sustain it, because teams that are top 5, they don't stop running the ball if they don't get things done early.
From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Here's 3rd and 10. Duggan now to throw. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. Now Brett Maher for the field goal try. From the right hash, and call it an even 50 yards. The kick by Maher is good. And the Rams have the first points here. It's 3-0. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it down from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it. Purdy looking to throw on first down here. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Purdy. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Purdy. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Once more, Purdy looking to throw. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. In motion left goes Watson. Purdy to throw it on first down. Right side to Watson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Purdy sets up to throw again. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
So it looks like they stopped some fighting them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Well, this defense for the Rams, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Purdy with it on 3rd and long. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So a return of serve, so to speak, here on the second drive of our game as they respond to that opening field goal with 3 of their own.
I like that. Go a little tennis on me,
I know you like to mix it up with sports.
They crack a forehand back out and we get a backhand. What was the serve? What was the return on?
It was a backhand.
I like that.
Really good backhand.
With some nice top spin on the
whole thing.
I love it. Almost a mirror image when you really get down to it. I thought that was pretty good stuff.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by Diamador Lenore. And they'll have a short field to work with inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like. Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Now Purdy. And it's caught. Touchdown. George Kittle, his first touchdown of the new season. And his guys have taken the lead. Moody good with the extra point. And the lead is now 10-3. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, and some guys, you know, they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look at the coach.
So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And he's taken down, but able to swing across the 35. 40 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They'll run out of the gun with Akers. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Third and 2. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
A nice carry by Akers, and what a journey it was for him last season. Coming off of injury, away from the team for a while, he did come back later in the season and led them with almost 800 yards. Still scratching the surface of what he can do. He can be a dynamic presence on the field.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Before he crosses over out of bounds. Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
They'll toss this right side to Cam Akers. Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now.
That's good hard running right there on 1st and goal. That gets them down to the 2 and puts a lot more pressure on that defense.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Max Duggan. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Rams are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And we are even at 10 apiece. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Second down and right back to McCaffrey. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Now it's the backup Darnold. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Byron Young in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. He'll take it at the 42. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Here's Duggan to throw. Rolling to his right. And that one complete downfield to Cup. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. It's a gain of 34. They lulled them to sleep there, so to speak. That was all set up by the running game, isn't it?
Another example of what all offensive coordinators tell us. When the running game's operating, it really opens up the playbook, and that's when they hit them with the play action. And you can see the defenders rushing towards the line of scrimmage, then scrambling back.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Cam Akers, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Rams have taken the lead. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that makes it a 17-10 score. Following the touchdown, here's Moore to kick it away. The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Back to the air on second down, Purdy. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down.
And Purdy, he's going to shift him around into something else.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
It's taken to the 26. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. And they'll run the option to start the drive.
And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Duggan looking to throw.
Can't get away, and he's taken down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing, Duggan.
Looking deep downfield. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Diamador Lenore.
And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Final shot before the break. Darnold.
He'll get this out right here to McCaffrey.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. One touchdown is the difference. 17-10 our score, and we are back underway on EA Sports. Returning from his end zone is Ray McLeod. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
From the 21, here's a 2nd and 8.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. Room here to run.
Across midfield. He's on his way. Christian McCaffrey.
And touchdown.
Christian McCaffrey.
79 yards.
And the Huskies come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Now Moody for the PAT.
And he gets it to go, and we're all even. 17 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand new ball game, all tied here in the third as they have their first possession of this second half.
And Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat.
On first down, they'll start out with Akers.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Here's 2nd and 10. Duggan will look to throw this.
Short throw, it's Higbee. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Duggan.
In trouble, and he's taken down.
Quay Walker came through to make the sack. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away from pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
And the offense moving quickly to the line.
There's Purdy on 1st and 10.
The same target, same result. It's Kittle. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Another 1st down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Again, it's Purdy to throw it.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
96 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry. And they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
Purdy now to throw.
Touchdown. Deebo Samuel, an 11-yard touchdown.
And the Huskies have scored again in this third quarter, this time to move out in front.
Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook, not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Moody good with the extra point.
And they will take a 7-point lead.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And maybe the wrong read there, as he's going to go down immediately. It was Clelin Ferrell who was able to rush in and make that tackle.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. Call it an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be 3rd down.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Duggan now to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
3 quarters in the books. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. And he'll take this one down to the 36.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. To throw is Duggan. This one brought in by Jefferson.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Throw left side, complete to Cup.
And he's going to have a Rams first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Operating from the gun, Dugan.
And that's going to be incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but wasn't enough to get him the completion.
The offense on 3rd down, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 14. Back to throw. Dugan.
That's into the hands of Tutu Atwell.
And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. That'll give him 8 that time, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Here we go, here we go.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. That is caught. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. They'll send the tight end in motion.
They'll run here with Akers.
And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
Well, that's going to bring up a big call now because he is unable to make the play himself on 2nd down. Now you just have to wonder, will they keep the ball in his hands on 3rd down?
3rd and goal, and keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory.
Looking to throw. Dugan toward the pylon, caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal.
Nice completion, nice gain.
Great tackle.
Really good tackle. Kept him in bounds, kept things going. What do you do here?
That's the question. Let's see what they do.
Here's a big one. It's 4th and goal. this call down near the goal line.
And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown.
Van Jefferson
Punching it in from a yard away.
And the Rams are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it. Here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, Purdy connects with Kittle underneath. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
They'll come up now, 2nd and 9. Purdy to throw. He's going to launch this deep for Watson.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
To throw is Purdy. Watson making the catch.
And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 45-yard line.
Here's Purdy to throw. That's complete out left to Ayuk.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Here's Purdy. Throws the out route and completes it to Samuel.
Now another timeout called for by the offense, as he'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Well, they'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Purdy to throw.
And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
You see Purdy, he's going to shift them around. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big 3rd down. Throwing, Purdy.
And that will be incomplete.
Oh, boy, this sets up for a huge call now, 4th down, because you can try the long field goal, you could go for it, or you can punt and play for overtime. I am so glad, partner, that I don't have to make those kind of decisions. Let's see what they decide.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And they're not going to get the snap off. This might back him out of field goal range.
Well, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
And on now is the punter, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line.
This is 1st and 10. Here's Duggan to throw. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I don't know if you need the big shot right there or not, because you've still got time to work some of the shorter stuff and try to get into field goal range. They did go for the big one there. It would have been nice, but it winds up incomplete.
Duggan looking to throw. He'll find Schwartz complete right side.
And he's out right at the 25.
A good throw there, and this is a quarterback who's still just getting his feet wet, obviously. And by most accounts, last week played okay in the victory. But I want to know, Charles, what was your impression of his play last week?
Brandon, I think a lot of teams will be happy with okay. And early on, it's less about how many touchdowns did he throw, but did he not throw interceptions? Did he handle adversity? Did he handle the huddle?
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. To try again after the sack.
Duggan.
Got a man. It's Higbee complete. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Well, this offense still has the one timeout here, remember. 1st and 10. Throwing, Duggan. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now.
This defense hasn't had the best showing in this game, but a critical knockdown there. If they can hang on, I guess the end will kind of justify the means.
Certainly, and just think of it this way. It may not be the quantity of the plays that they've had because those haven't been great, but they get a few more quality ones like that. That could finish things off for them.
On 2nd and 10.
Duggan.
That's caught left side. It's Higbee, the tight end. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. So it all rests now on the right foot of Brett Maher. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. He made his only attempt earlier. This for the win. And Maher pulled it left. It's no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th.
Boy, that's a big-time letdown there. You work yourself in position to win the game, but the kick winds up no good. And now you've got to regroup as a team, get the energy back up, and get ready for overtime. And make sure you pump him up, too. He may be needed to try and win it again later.
Here's 1st down. Darnold. And Kittle catching the slant.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And we have free football. Overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
Now Purdy, he's going to change the look here. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. We'll play only the one overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on 2nd down. First throw of overtime for Purdy.
Here's a diving catch right side. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. And they're going to speed things up here.
Purdy looking to throw on first down here.
Forced out to his left. And he will find his man, Samuel. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. They run with McCaffrey off the option. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
Back to throw, Purdy. He'll get this out right here to McCaffrey.
And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And they need 5 yards on 3rd down here to keep this opening drive of OT alive.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That can give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off. But in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
Purdy.
And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long.
Here's Purdy.
And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st.
Brandon, it certainly looked like they had that play defended well, but it still almost worked. Got it to the running back. He wound up getting really good yardage out of it, but it was 3rd and long, and they were able to rally and stop it before he could get to the marker.
And his kick is indeed good, and they have regained the lead. Now remember, this one is not over, but with the time running short here in this overtime, that could very well be the game winner.
Yeah, remember now, the other team does get a possession, but when the clock runs out, that's it. So that was a well-calculated drive to use up the majority of the clock and leave your opponent with little to no time left.
And not much happening on the return as they get this to about the 23. And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for Rio,
it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory.